बहुत सारे बड़े बड़े आईपीओ इनकी फर्म ने किए हैं एंड द फर्म इज सर्विंग ओवर 800 फॉरेन फंडेड क्लाइंट्स एंड इनके पास डेडिकेटेड टीम है 150 प्लस प्रोफेशनल्स की।
Major turning point would definitely be becoming a CA, right? Once you become a CA, perspective of people towards you changes completely, right? So becoming CA is definitely a turning point.
You never give up. You continue to learn from every place. You learn from your clients, you learn in your firm, you learn from call center ke teacher, you learn every place.
Nobody's focused on skills and especially attitude. Attitude can be a big game changer, right? People don't want to work with intelligent people. People want to work with people who are easy to work with.
हेलो दोस्तों, क्या हालचाल? मस्त मौज बहार हमेशा ही होनी चाहिए। दोस्तों, जैसे हम लोग हमेशा से करते आ रहे हैं, आप लोगों के लिए सक्सेसफुल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स को बुला रहे हैं, तो आप सब लोग तैयार हो जाएं मिलने के लिए अ वेरी गुड एंड सक्सेसफुल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट। वी हैव विद अस सीए बलवान बंसल। बलवान के बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा बताना चाहूंगा। कैसे हैं बलवान? प्लीज। सो गाइज, Balwan is a chartered accountant. He's the co-founder of Acupro Consulting Services, advisory services हैं। और मजे की बात सुनिएगा ध्यान से, it has made one of many large IPOs in our country. Latest last decade में बहुत सारे बड़े बड़े IPOs इनकी फर्म ने किए हैं and the firm is serving over 800 foreign funded clients and इनके पास डेडिकेटेड टीम है 150 प्लस प्रोफेशनल्स की। At Acupro, the focus is not just on delivering results, but on clients' happiness. That is to say, हम strategic management में उसको कहते हैं customer delight. The डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पीपल, जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं, जो आर्टिकल्स हैं जो इनकी फर्म में काम करते हैं, उनकी डेवलपमेंट, साथ में क्लाइंट की सेटिस्फैक्शन। बलवान हैज एक्सटेंसिव एक्सपीरियंस इन रिगार्ड टू वैल्यूएशन, इन रिगार्ड टू कैपिटल मार्केट्स, आईपीओ एडवाइजरी, एंड ही हैज बीन helping companies scale strategically. Beyond his professional expertise, he is also a passionate educator. He is sharing his insights. He has been sharing his insights with many students, founders, seniors, professionals across industries. His ability to simplify complex financial concepts and making them relatable has inspired many entrepreneurs and professionals. So, Balwan, so nice to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. It's pleasure to be here.
Great. So, guys, Balwan को मैंने explicitly आप लोगों के लिए बुलाया है। गाइस, जो लोग हमसे अभी वर्चुअली कनेक्टेड हैं, आप लोग भी देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर जो फिजिकली हैं हमारे साथ, कि एक ट्रेडिशनल वे ऑफ वर्किंग रहा है, एक ट्रेडिशनल सोच रही है कि हमें आर्टिकलशिप करनी चाहिए या जॉब करनी चाहिए, या सीए का जो स्कोप है वो किस स्फीयर में है, क्या ऑडिट में ही है, इंटरनल ऑडिट, स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट, डायरेक्ट टैक्स, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स, या इसके बियॉन्ड भी है। सो वी आर हियर, वी हैव बलवान ओवर हियर फॉर दैट पर्पस। लेकिन देखो, शुरुआत यहां से नहीं करेंगे, शुरुआत करेंगे बलवान की जर्नी से। बलवान, टेल अस अबाउट योर सीए जर्नी और प्रोफेशनल कोर्स की पढ़ाई की जर्नी।
हाँ, तो सबसे पहले आई शुड से थैंक यू टू सर। आई हैव बीन विद यू, राइट? सो यू आर लाइक माय यंगर सेल्फ, राइट? सो आई यूज्ड टू सिट इन these classes 20 years ago, right? And listening these classes, there was a lot of fear that whether I'll be able to clear CA examination or not, whether I'll be able to these many books I'll be able to grasp, right? Whether I'll be able to write those concepts in the exam, whether I'll be able to clear the exam in the first attempt or not. So these were all fear at that point of time, right? And if you have those kind of fears, these are very normal, right? These are very common. Everybody has them, right? And then second thing I would come to is that the kind of contribution Ashish sir has made to my professional journey, right? So whatever he has taught during these classes, right? Whether it is capital busting or option pricing or whatever financial management concepts, right? They becomes handy whenever they are needed. So I'm so thankful to him for whatever
Thank you.
he
Thank
has
you.
taught during those classes, right? And I'll definitely like to compliment him and would like to acknowledge him, like what kind of impact he has put on the society, right? He has trained lakhs of students, right? So to be financially to be financial experts, and this impact is not on just the students, right, who got education here. Is it has a like wiser impact, right? The impact on the family of the students, nation as a whole. In fact, I would say it has a large impact on the humanity. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you.
this
Thank you so much.
contribution.
Thank you. Balwan, we have a lot of virtual students watching us. This session is right now be live telecast, as well as this session will be even put on YouTube. So students will be able to take. तो यहाँ पे भी बीच में भी ये thousands of students are watching here also. ये physically जो लोग हैं यहाँ पे, apart from that, address everybody.
Definitely, no, yeah.
Great.
No, it definitely, like it was my honor to be here, to be with every one of you physically and virtually with every one of you. Right now, I'll start with my journey. Right, so I belong to a very small village, right? So where I did my class 10th, right? So in fact, if you go and tell that you are a CA, right, people still believe that CA means current account, right? So like this kind of level of education or awareness. And then I went for 12th in a nearby town, and after that I came here in Delhi, right, where I did my college in Keshav Mahavidyalaya. Along with that, I did my CA inter, and then I went for an articleship with Deloitte and worked there for 3 years. Then in audit, right, and then I moved to Ernst& Young, where I did tax, worked there for 3 years, and then along with my partner, I set up this consulting company, Acupro Consulting. Now, as sir mentioned, that we have like almost 800 multinational clients. We have a team of 150 people, and we work a lot on the client happiness and people development. So this is kind of a brief history or brief journey, that I wanted to share with you.
So Balwan, we would like to know, like it's been how much time? When did you qualify?
So I qualified in May 2007.
Great.
It's almost like 18 years now. So 20 years ago, I used to sit like you on the chairs.
So guys, Balwan की हम story अभी जैसे he told he is from a village. You see, जो लोग भी बाहर से यहाँ पे आके पढ़ाई करते हैं या अदरवाइज घर पे बैठ के पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, आजकल वर्चुअली बहुत सारे बच्चे तो वर्चुअली पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं. तो गाइस, be inspired, choose to be inspired from his journey. He has taken, he has seen those hardships and still he's given his best. That is why he is able to get this result जो अभी इनकी लाइफ में प्रोफेशनली आ रहा है. We'll talk a little bit more, थोड़ा सा struggles, little bit about your struggles, because actually everybody, ये generation, पुरानी generation, सब लोग हमेशा लगते हैं हमारी struggles ज्यादा हैं, हमारे लिए tough times ज्यादा हैं. What were your struggles when you were studying?
So I would tell like it was a tough journey, right? It was not easy at all, right? So when you come from a like small village, right, it's very difficult to adjust in a big city, right? So I remember like when I did my inter and I was appearing for I was appearing for interviews, right? I got rejected in many of the interviews, right? So one of the interview I remember, like I was being interviewed and understanding at that point of time. And the first question the HR lady asked, right? So tell me about yourself. It was a simple question, right? And you won't believe, I got froze, right?
Wow.
No answer, right? So and like there was no confidence. Communication was a big struggle, right? So everything looks rosy today, but it was really a tough time. And there's like one incident, right, that I told you, right? So and when I joined these firms, right? And one of the incidents I distinctly remember that we went for a client meeting, right? And obviously seniors were with me. And but when I was part of that meeting, uh, you know my throat was dry, and face turned pale, and palms were sweating, right? So I wanted how quickly this meeting can get closed, right? So and that client over the lunch said, you look very nervous, or you look very, are you appearing for an exam? So those kind of time was really bad. I may look successful today, but to tell you, it was not easy journey. And no journey is good if it is not challenge, it doesn't have challenges, right? So everybody face those kind of challenges, right? So this is like another instance. And whenever there were used to be calls with foreign clients, and I was not able to make what they are speaking. So this was another struggle, right? So but once you start working, right, so you overcome those challenges, and uh, uh, you look successful after some time.
So guys, कहते हैं ना, tough times never last, tough people do. And the important aspect is that you have to keep on working, keep on improving, continuous improvement, regular basis. That is what we really need to work on. What was the turning point of your career? Okay, by you went into articleship. Was that the turning point? Did you clear your exams in the first go? Did you give both the groups? Did you give single group? Because everybody is like that कि भाई ऐसे किया तो वो fail हो गए तो फिर वो, they have all the doubts of this life, सब हर जगह से. So what was your turning point as such अगर आपके career में बात करें तो?
So yeah, definitely, major turning point would definitely be becoming a CA, right? So there is no doubt about it. Once you become a CA, right? So everybody, perspective of people towards you changes completely, right? So becoming CA is definitely a turning point, right? But life is not about just like one milestone, right? It's a journey, right? You have to have those smaller milestone regularly, right? And like few of the milestone, like one is like communication, how this communication improved, right? So I was literally struggling for the communication, right? So one of the friends suggested, one of the in fact senior guided me, why don't you go and join a call center, right? I went for a literally I went for a call center, right? So and you won't believe, like they said, your English is not good, we cannot put you in a process, right? We'll give you a training, right? They give 10 days training. And the teacher was so amazing. She said that you have a good English, but you don't have you don't know all the vowel sounds, right? And like those vowel sounds are not many, they're like almost 15-16 vowel sounds, right? She could distinguish them for me, right? And like you won't believe, the big problem vanished. So I generally tell to people that you may have a bigger problem, the solution would be very small, right? So this is like one of the turning points, or whatever you say, learning, right? Another turning point which I think was a bigger one, one of the senior guided me to go and join a course called Landmark Education, right? That helped me, like uh, earlier, I was used to be a good student, right? Scored good marks, but I always had a headache, right? So there was a lot of tension was created, lot of pressure was created myself, right? The resume looked good, but inside it was like a lot of headache and lot of pressure, right? And when I used to talk to seniors, I used to stammer, right? And like you know addressing a gathering was not possible at all, right? And in fact like as I earlier mentioned, in the meetings I used to feel pale and palm sweating. They could teach me that you think that other person is thinking something about you, but nobody is interested in you, right? Like you do and do your work, right? You achieve the objective for other people, right? And this question now doesn't come to my mind what other people are thinking about me. I have an objective, I have a service to give to people, I have to serve people, right? And you won't believe everything changed in one day, right? So these are like few turning points, or the learning moments that I would say that was very very helpful in back uh, in those days, right?
So guys, let's take a little bit of learning. अभी तक की learning थोड़ा सा, let's take some pointers. Number one is that there will be hardships, there will be downturns, but the point is you never give up. You continue to learn from every place. You learn from your clients, you learn in your firm, you learn from call center ke teacher, you learn every place. You learn and learn, you, because you have to be a student at all point of times. Now, और मैं वैसे एक सवाल जरूर पूछना चाह रहा था बलवान, आपने कहा यू आर फ्रॉम अ विलेज, which part of, अगर कहें तो?
This is a district Athel in Haryana. The name of the village is Bata, right? It's a small village. People like maybe like 4,000 people, 5,000 people, right?
So parents, उससे पहले I would like to just ask, before when you were studying, तो पेरेंट्स के पास कार वगैरह कुछ कोई ऐसे assets कुछ थे या नहीं
No,
थे?
definitely, you maybe like many of you would have been from the village, right? So, eh, 20 years ago, villages were even like there were no facilities even, right? So we used to go to school in a uh, town at 11, 12th, right? So we used to wake up at like 3:30 to catch a bus at like 5:40, right? And then used to go to
School, for school.
yes.
Wow.
So it was not like hard time, not I won't say a hard time, but this was the kind of life, right? So
Wow. नहीं, so once again, जस्ट मैं यहाँ पे, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ये लोग ना, ये हमारे सामने जो बैठे हुए ना, मटीरियलिस्ट लोग हैं, एंड जो लोग हमें देख रहे हैं वो भी बहुत सारे मटीरियलिस्ट हैं. ये अक्सर पूछते हैं पहले कौन सी गाड़ी थी, अब कौन सी गाड़ी है, और गाड़ी अच्छी या ड्रीम कार कोई लेना सही है या क्या. यू शेयर योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इन रिगार्ड टू कार. भाई कार का पर्पस क्या है, एंड इफ यू हैव अ ड्रीम कार और समथिंग, कुछ थोड़ा सा इनको थोड़ा मोटिवेशन ना मटीरियलिस्ट चीजों से ज्यादा आती है.
देखिए, I have a very different philosophy, right? So and that philosophy has helped me a lot, right? तो बहुत एक्सपेंस करने में मेरा बहुत वो नहीं है, मतलब like इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, right? So I'll tell you, when I was worked with Deloitte and Ernst and Young, I earned almost 25 lakh rupees, right, on those like whatever internship and whatever 3 years of job, right? So those 25 lakh was lying in my bank account, right? Because I knew that I wanted to do something of my own, right? But if I'm in the habit of spending, right, then I'll not be you know this would become my lifestyle, right? I'll not be able to go do whatever I want to do, right? Still, I have a team of 150 people, right? So earning would not be a problem, right? So, but still, I live a very minimalist life, right? So I I don't drive very fancy cars, right? But those fancy cars, because doesn't give me a lot of energy or whatever, right? So I think the way I'm good, right? So
I'm so very proud of him and so very happy that he is not, having that thought जो आप में से कई लोगों शैतानों का है, ड्रीम कार. That is what I also now and then say, भाई माइलेज देखो और फर्स्ट हैंड खरीदनी भी जरूरी नहीं है, सेकंड हैंड खरीदो. आई हैव टोल्ड देम माय कार, आई हैव माय कार व्हिच इज सेकंड हैंड, प्लेन एंड सिंपल, डजंट मैटर. शो ऑफ, मैं तो प्लेनली बोल रहा हूं भाई, माय कार इज अ सेकंड हैंड कार, डजंट मैटर, टू हेक विद इट, मुझे किसी को दिखानी नहीं है. हाँ, कार अच्छी ली है, इनोवा है, इट इज फाइन, एंड इनोवा से मुझे कोई और शो ऑफ, व्हाई शो ऑफ? ही हैज अ वेरी गुड थॉट, बट कि मनी जो है इन बैंक नहीं होना चाहिए, वैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में होना चाहिए, कुछ मे बी स्टॉक मार्केट, गोल्ड, डाइवर्सिफाई, वो बिकॉज ही इज इनटू दिस. तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है, मनी इन बैंक वो ठीक है. आर्टिकलशिप के टाइम पे स्टिल एक थोड़ा सा कंजर्वेटिज्म भी रहता है, यार पता नहीं क्या होगा, बिकॉज इक्विटी हैज ऑलवेज बीन टेकन एज अ रिस्की इन्वेस्टमेंट. बट डाइवर्सिफाई करो, म्यूचुअल फंड्स, यू नो बेटर, आई डोंट नीड टू टेल यू राइट नाउ, बट इन लोगों को मैं बार बार बोलता रहता हूं, भाई इन्वेस्ट करो, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में करो. पता नहीं कितने लोग मान रहे, कितने लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो अभी? गुड, बहुत बढ़िया, ग्रेट. सो दिस इज वेरी गुड. मटीरियलिस्टिक होने से कुछ नहीं होगा आपको. ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम अ हम्बल बैकग्राउंड, यू हैव टू learn, you have to earn, and you have to create wealth, not just spend whatever you have. अच्छा, कोई पर्टिकुलर अच्छी लर्निंग ड्यूरिंग आर्टिकलशिप अगर कोई रही, if any good learning, कुछ something, any incident or anything that you are comfortable in sharing?
देखिए, लर्निंग तो बहुत ही होती है, राइट? तो पहली लर्निंग तो विच आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर इज कि कोई भी सिचुएशन है ना, डोंट फील बैड अबाउट इट, राइट? तो एक छोटी सी व्हेन आई जॉइंड फर्म, तो लैपटॉप मिलते थे उस टाइम, राइट? डेलोरेट यूज्ड टू गिव लैपटॉप, एंड somehow laptop was not given to me, right? And they give a desktop at a client place, और वो डेस्कटॉप भी इतना अच्छा था कि उसका माउस काम नहीं करता था. राइट तो कभी कभी कोई और साथ में आके बैठता था तो बोलता है काम कैसे करते हो, राइट? सो बट that working on that desktop become a like big strength for me, right? In the sense that when I used to work, I used to avoid mouse, right? Everything was like on keyboard. तो आपके शॉर्टकट्स और वो इतने सारे अच्छे हो गए कि आप लाइक थोड़े टाइम में, लाइक विद इन अ मंथ, राइट, पीपल यूज्ड टू कि यार कोई डिफिकल्ट चीजें तो ये फटाफट से प्रोसेस करके दे देगा आपको. राइट? सो दिस इज लाइक जस्ट लाइक ऑन लाइटर नोट, राइट? सो दिस इज काइंड ऑफ a bad situation can also create a very good experience and very good learning experience for you. So
adverse चीजें हो, you make the best out of it, you become stronger, है ना? आपको once again वही tough things होंगी, but you make your way through that. अच्छा, एक चीज और, जब आपने मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा बात बताई सबको, you joined articleship in audit stream, then you switched to taxation, and now you're into IPOs, valuation, etc. So ये switch over, was it easy? Is it good? What would you suggest? What would you recommend?
yeah, so I think this is one of my favorite question. I generally, one thing which I have a very contrarian view, right? So people would come and tell you be specialist, right? So I think specialist, why specialization came, right? Specialization came from theory of Henry Fayol, right? He said productivity would increase, right? So like this may be good for the firms, right? This is not good for an individual, right? Chartered accountant does not make you specialist, right? He'll teach you whatever subject is there on this earth in relation to finance. They'll teach everything, and then you won't want them to be specialist, right? Then why you read so much of subjects, right? So I knew that I don't want to be specialist. I wanted to be a journalist, right? So as sir mentioned, I did audit in Deloitte, tax in Ernst and Young, and now I do everything other than audit and tax. So like, this is not easy. Definitely this is not easy, right? So having grip on all those subjects is not easy, but it should not be your first preference to go for specialization, right? So whatever opportunity you get, you go and do it, right? So what I have seen people today, right, let's say somebody is working on a valuation and they have been asked to do some kind of, let's say tax audit, right? They'll come and say that I don't want to do tax audit because I come from valuation, right? And this kind of attitude, I don't know like how this got developed, right? But they are missing an opportunity to see like how tax audit work. And you won't believe, you know taking those taking those steps were not easy, or taking those decisions were not easy, but they have been very, very fruitful. Because when you go to a client, you have all the perspectives, right? And then like once your client talks to you, he feel very, very comfortable that no angle in the whole event is missed out. So my suggestion would always be, try to diversify as much as you can. Then only you will be a complete professional. Otherwise, you will be very, very specialist. If there is a question of transfer pricing, you'll ask my partner from transfer pricing would come and suggest you, right? But once you have like overall objective, then client feel more comfortable, right? They are ready to talk to you and give you business, right? So again, I would suggest that just avoid specialization. At least don't keep in mind that you have to be specialist.
Rest, you can, pursue any sphere if you feel comfortable later on. Abhi, because you're studying more subjects, you can choose one stream, or else, like Balwan is saying, you taste all and then you decide what you really want to do. Acha Balwan, ab inme se agar if somebody wants to, pursue articleship in your firm, is there a possibility या आप सिर्फ professionals को hire करते हो?
We do train a lot of interns, right? So, and we do focus a lot of learning for their development, right? So a lot of focus on their professional growth and development, right? And like again, we also have like different service lines. So it's not that you'll get exposure of the all service line. But what I generally tell people is that you definitely get exposure to one, but stay open to the if you get a project in different service line, stay open to it. And we do try to provide those kind of opportunity to the people, so that they get exposure to different clients, they get exposure to different service lines. So and like we do hire at least like 30-40 interns in a year.
Okay.
So yeah.
Great. So आपको अगर articleship करनी हो, so you may get an opportunity. Let's see. Let's hope for the best. अच्छा, अब any message that you want to give to the kids today who are, maybe these guys are in the intermediate, many of them are in final. Anything, ये अभी आपने बहुत सारे already messages दिए हैं, which I find fruitful for many, but anything else, any good message that you want to share, or else anything that you want to speak from your side for everybody?
So basically, yeah. So one of the model that I learned, to grow in a profession, right? Which is said to be ASK model. ASK is attitude, skill, and knowledge, right? So knowledge is what you read, learn, right? Skills is basically, let's say computer skill, communication skill, right? Which you practice and practice and then uh, implement, right? And the third is attitude, right? So what I've seen students is like focusing only on knowledge, right? Because our curriculum is designed in such a way that there is lot of lot of books, lot of focus on knowledge. And like when I ask anybody in the office like what you are doing for your development, many would come, I'm updating myself on the tax laws, I am just like again knowledge, right? Nobody's focused on skills and especially attitude, right? So skill also, like when you work in a big organization, you develop a lot of skills, like computer skills you will develop, communication you would work on. But like attitude, people may not think that attitude can be a big game changer, right? So people don't want to work with intelligent people. People want to work with people who are easy to work with, right? So intelligence is sometimes overrated, right? I would tell you, like if you want to grow in a professional life, what can you do so that people want to work with you, right? So are you uh, easy to work with? Like are you really focused on yourself, or you are like literally want to help others, right? So these kind of attitude, these are like smaller thing, but these take you to a different level, right? I'll like to share one more story, right?
Absolutely.
So basically, when I started when we started this Acupro, I was bad at sales, very bad at sales. So even like one client would not get converted, and I was like taking a coaching from a coach. He asked me a question: why you are not able to convert the leads into sales? I said, yeah, like I have put so much of hard work in my life, right? I have been rank holder throughout, right? And now I'll go and beg for work. And he said like one thing, right, which got stuck to me. He said that you have something and you don't want to deliver, right? You have something and you are so conjuice in the sense that you don't want to deliver it to the world, right? The day my attitude towards sales shifted, right? I you know I made a rule that I won't sell any fake, I won't do any fake selling, right? But if I believe that it would deliver a value, right, I'll go and like push it so hard. I know if he's not taking it, then he is making a lot of loss, right? This one attitude changed my whole trajectory, just one day before and one day after. I can't tell you the experience of sales. Now I sell, I tell you, like there cannot be anybody who would not buy from me till the time I have a value. And if I don't have value, I won't sell it. So these kind of small attitude changes can, change your graph, like, and like changing the angle means, what kind of altitude you are able to get.
So your attitude defines your altitude. So guys, you need to have an attitude to learn. You need to have an attitude to adapt, to change. Like if you are delivering value, it's good. But you communicate the value that you are delivering to the client or person. You tell them what value you'll get if you take our services. So you need to communicate. It is really very, very important. And so very nice to have you over here, Balwan. And if you guys wanna join his firm, so you can, of course, हम इनकी details जो है आपसे share कर देंगे. Okay, guys. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this session. I will see you again. Take care. God bless you all. Loads of love. Tata. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.